them connected. Been weird with the storm, so my apologies if you can't hear. And I will be with you really shortly. So, I don't know if you can see this. I had to put some more stuff on it, right? This side just didn't seem finished once the other side was done, and I had an extra clamp laying around, and you know, I also had another extra clamp laying around. And so they got accidentally attached to some wood, and that wood got attached to some other wood. If you got enough clamps, they will attract random pieces of wood, and then they'll end up with one piece of wood, but there'll be something interesting about it at least. Pending I haven't ruined it. It has been known to happen. So the first thing I want to do is get rid of the glue. So I'm going to do that first. Now I did cut the end off of this, the thickness of this wood, so that I would still keep my same dimensions. And also it's important that if you have a finish, that you get that finish off of wood before you try to do a glue up to it, because that finish will prevent proper glue up. It's science. And we're definitely going to sharpen these chisels when we're done, because that's what we need to do. We got to maintain our toolage. Now, if you're ever doing this technique, this is the first time I've ever done that, right? Ben is my name. This is a chrome vanadium 1.25 inch. These are from Harbor Freight. Got the whole set for under 30 bucks, and it's probably probably 8 of them. Probably ended up with 8 of them total. And I have not yet run across the need for an additional chisel that did not come with the set. I do have some little smaller chisels, but they don't seem to be necessary per se. But a good sharp chisel will save your soul. Now, this board was already square, so I squared it with the bottom and this one side, so I'd have minimum cuts over here. And then that means that we'll have a little bit of work over here, because we don't want to be too precise up front, because something's got to come off. It's got to come off, you know what I mean? anything with it right there. Since we're going with the grain, we should be able to sneak up on it. Y'all know that's my favorite approach. Getting pretty close now. Now we might have to flip it and go the other way for that front side. That is pretty good, but this isn't yet, so. Need something soft. That'll do. See, this way I'm doing kind of a little slice, right? Oof. That went rough. Look at that. A little bit of a break. Don't like it, but we got it. We're going to learn to live with it one way or another. Use that as a little slicer on there. Don't worry, this is what our workbenches are for. You could also do this part with a plane, because essentially that's what a plane is a fixed chisel. Chisel's kind of a freehand plane, more or less. Oh, I tore that whole edge off. Bad idea. Should repeat it until it'll make it worse. Here is what we're gonna do though. Heavy on the beveling, because it don't look good right now. Let's be honest with ourselves. Have we ruined it? Has the piece been destroyed? Has it been broken forever? I don't know. That's why we're here, to find out. Wow, it looks fancy like a Liam Neeson. I guess they're doing good. You got an idea to turn an exercise foot pedal cycle into a sharpening crank. That does sound like a fantastic idea. You should definitely holler at us about that when you get it. What's going on, Carnage? How are you? How you doing today? What's going on, Calvin? Calvin, my brother from another mother, from Dad's workshop. Dad's workshop over there feels like my twin channel. You know how like people have sister companies, but it's two dudes, so it's not, you know what I'm saying. Dad's workshop's vibe is dope. I like it over there. I like it over there. And we like the vibe over here. All right, we're going to get into this heavy grit. I think this is an 80 grit, and we're just going to start pushing that bevel on it, right? We're just going to go at it. Now, just because we want to be real specific about, we want our bevel harsh on this one. But we're going to go towards what we got glued already, because we don't put any tension in our glue. I just did this like after I got off of the last live, so it's only been like maybe 2 hours or something. Got my car part, and then the rain came down again. Again, this is a heavy bevel here. Then I'm going to just kind of bend that corner a little bit, just so I can kind of cut into the corner, so that joint between these two pieces of wood is a corner, right? That way the joint sort of disappears a little bit. That's what we're after, more or less. We'll do that around the whole thing. Ben sounds like a good idea, says Dad's workshop. Connor says, I'm just happy that one guy was in here earlier is gone. Now, listen. Let me pause the chat for 2 seconds. I don't do no beef in here. Not none. If you're a moderator and I trust you and you've been a moderator for a bit, you see what the vibe is here. And I know that I'll trust my moderators. And if they gotta time you out, they gotta time you out. I'm not gonna do beef. I'm not gonna talk about beef. I'm not gonna, none of it. If the name calling in any way goes down, the moderators are here to put you out. There's a lot. Now, I'm just gonna say, the last live I had, my views are gonna drop in half right now. You can watch them fall. But listen, I don't need anybody to speak for me or the channel on what we do and don't do. You can speak your mind about whatever it is you do and don't do. But man, when I came back and I saw my last live, I was pretty disappointed at some of the language. I was pretty disappointed at some of the unnecessary posturing. Nobody in here is gonna fight. Nobody in here is gonna throw blows. You don't have to deal with any of that. It's the internet. It's a freaking typewriter. Everybody in here staring at a phone or a computer, right? Or TV screen. So there's no need to be tough in that scenario. No need to be belittling in that scenario. And I don't have but this one little space on Beyonce's internet to do what I want. And that's all I'm going to do over here is what I want. And I don't want to fight over here. And I don't want people having to read back 150 chats to see whose opinion they carried in the middle of a dumb spat about nothing. So, I apologize for all the people who dropped off because I'm on my soapbox. But yo, I'll be as tough as you want off the internet. Anybody can show up on my front porch and be tough. I appreciate it. I thank you. And I'll shake your hand when you get here before I knock you off my porch. But we ain't gonna be in here with all that extra. It's just not my vibe, man. Just not my vibe. Back to our regularly scheduled love heart. That's the last I'm gonna talk about any of it. So now what I'm doing is just continuing that bevel all the way around. I'm doing it with the sand. So I'm just holding this right there in its little groove. This thing is so ergonomically sound. I love it. And I'm just bringing it down. Now again, because we had that chippage, this gives us an opportunity to deal with that. Because we can just make our bevel a little bit steeper. And we can push that break not out, but we can cut everything that was around it out and make it non-existent. Making the love mallet exciting and new. Come aboard. Get it, board? We're expecting you. And love. Life's sweetest reward. Trying to hold on. I want you to. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? John says, what's bro making? I'm working on this mallet, my guy. I'm just adding a little bit more detail to it so we can look good. I'm watching a lot of guys do some awesome stuff. No supporting cuts in the handle. Are you kidding? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. What's that? What's all of that? What are you talking about? I would love for the chat to meet. Thor never actually uses his hammer. It's a psychological thing. That's true. I just started my first mallet, Wes. I found a really neat log in the woods. I know some trees that are hard as hell that are thin enough to handle. I'm going to try to make it a nature mallet. That's amazing. That's dope. Well, they're all kind of nature mallets, aren't they? But some of them are just made of wood that's been pre-milled, I guess. I guess that's what you mean. You get an all natural feeling, organic situation. I like that. I like that. I want to see it smash, says Walnut. Right on. Gagey, yo Wes, you won day one of the giveaway. I won? Sweet. Hook me up. Give me free stuff. I want them more. I want all of your free items. Each of them. They are mine by law now. You have made a giant mistake offering me these things. They are mine now. I am the captain. Am I trolling Walnut? It's more for decoration than an actual tool. Well, Walnut, let me say this to you. That is partially true. Strength-wise, structural-wise, I don't know how this holds up over time. I really don't. These two end pieces, I don't. As far as the rest of it, I'm sure it holds up good over time because mallets, if you know about mallets, are not whacking tools. That's not what they're for. There are some that are designed for that, and they're specifically designed for that. Let me show you. That right there. It's about twice as heavy as this. And if I need to move wood, big joints into big joints, this is what I would use. I would not use this. But I can chisel all day with this, for sure. So, maybe you know something that I don't know, and that's 100% possible. You also may not know as much as you think you know, which is equally possible. What's Pablo saying? Pelado? You're going to put a matching heart on the opposite side of the mallet, right? Pelado, no, I got this all of these magnificent, oh, that's what I did that for. Like I got that, and then I got that. You got to have a feature point. Design 101. You start doing too much, it all disappears. Just looks like a big old mess. You do something as significant as this heart, you do it again on the other side, it means nothing. You know what I mean? You don't put this on a shelf. You know what I mean? You don't put this on a shelf, but if you need to work with it, you'll have the opportunity on two different sides with two different woods. One of them being cherry, right here. One of them being walnut, right here. Both of them being completely dust covered in this current moment. We got a good situation going. We got a good situation going now. Just gotta get rid of a little bit of boo-boos. Sometimes I forget because y'all are in my ear. I forget that you're not in my same visual line of sight. And I neglect you. I apologize. Why do you make me do this to you? I love you. I love you. Okay, so it just didn't look right with the finished end over here, and then these tapering off and just being on that side, right? So this is what I did. Let's clean it up and see if it worked out or not. Pick up a random trash rag off the floor, shake it out real good. Worst woodworker ever. Wipe it down real nice. I do have a little splinter right there that came off. Alright, that's good. Let's try at 220 now. Somewhere near that. Pilato was trying to hurt my feelings just a second ago with that. He knew how hard that heart was for me. And he was like, yeah, you're gonna do another one, right? You're gonna do another one of those hearts, right, sucker? Do it in front of everybody. Let them see. Let them see what you're doing, tough guy. Big man. Hearts on your dumb channel. Violin, what's happening? What's happening? Everybody's welcome here, man. Everybody's welcome here. Pilato said you ticked off Wes does it. I don't think I've seen him that before. Well, my buddy is my buddy. My words are my words, and my truth is my truth. But hopefully I'm gonna not break my word and continue. All right, now we've got the cherry there. Gonna do a little cleaning, make the thing pretty, and then we're gonna put some finish on it. But I do have to hit the front too. That's the 220. I'm gonna go with the grain because that's the way we make it soft and smooth. You could also add a liquid here, like an acetone or something like that. It'll bring the fibers up, and then when you sand, you'll get more of those fibers off. You get a softer feeling finish. Not that that's a necessary thing for a mallet's performance, but it's a nice little touch for the touch. You did? Let's go ahead and see if we can dig out a 400 grit. Here it is. Bam! In your face, God. This is the dope jam. It's an old Public Enemy song. I know you guys don't know about it. You're whippersnappers. I can always tell how old somebody is if they think Eazy-E was a good rapper, right? You're like, what? Man, Eazy-E. I'm like, man, you just saw the t-shirts. You just saw the t-shirts, bro. I mean, this is the kind of conversation you're going to get in the hip-hop workshop. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. Don't know what to tell you, family. Let's clean it. Man, I need to come up with a phrase so when it's time to say stuff, like when it's time to sand it, you know what I mean? I'll be like, it's time to sand it and slam it. Rock it and sock it. What was shake and bake. All right, where's my oh boy. Here we are. Scoop Doobie. Is Scoop Doobie in this piece? Yeah, Mike, what's your deal, man? Why don't you quit that stupid job, bro? Hang out on YouTube all day with me. We can film live from under the bridge together. Listen. I just happen to be getting the worst rain and truck luck of my career. So I've been home. I've been in the shop and I've been available. All right, but check this out though. Check this out. This is what you came to see, right? This is what you came to see. Listen, let me get you a better look than that. Because you deserve it. You deserve it. Ugh. How's that? Wonder Woman. If Wonder Woman had a mallet, this would be it. If Linda Carter was like, look, man, I'm going to go ahead and grab me a little mallet. Mallet of truth and justice. So once I got that lasso on you, tell me that lie. Wow! Wonder Woman. That's the way. Now, you got a two-sided. Just when I think I couldn't do a dumber mallet, totally redeemed myself. I don't know. Some stuff you do, right, as a maker or whatever, woodworker, and you just, like, there's enough experiments in it that went right that you're proud of it, and enough mistakes in it that you were able to overcome and still end up with a decent thing. And that is kind of how I feel about this one. Like I'm really happy about this one. Tools with four legs and drill holes, pencil with, turn it sideways, insert a pencil. You can make them on bottom of the cheek. Oh yeah, Dad's dropping knowledge in there. Calvin is one of the most educated people I know in a lot of different important ways. Appreciate the info that he's dropped for me and the knowledge that I've gotten. Mike is also an incredibly impressive maker. Pilato is a goddamn routing machine. And he's been over there being the best fucking husband in the whole wide world. And I admire him for that alone. I admire him for that alone. And his wonderful wife, who is a bona fide trooper in any way you can imagine. Pilato says, I do what I can, nothing more. You know what, Pilato? Very few men do as much as they can. Most of us do as much as we have to. That's why it's so stand out when we see somebody like you doing as much as you can. You're not going to run away from these props on my channel, Pilato. I'm going to call you a good man whether you like it or not. I appreciate your humility, though. So, oh my God, Scoob Dooby is the cleverest. Scoob Dooby be over there making me laugh on my shorts. If you go, clever, clever. Came through and made me giggle this morning, I think it was. Jesse James, what's that made of? Okay, let's talk about it. Couple of things. That's right, Pilato. You should have a trophy for humbleness. Scoob Dooby, you definitely have fun. MJB, how you doing? Thanks for dropping in. We're talking about what this mallet is made of. This is a knotty pine on the exteriors, and basically the bulk of the head is made of a knotty pine. And I chose it for these reasons, and I love it for these reasons. And this part of the mallet heart is cherry, and then this part is a walnut, and then this part is pine again, and then this is walnut shavings in here, and then it's integrated into what I'm just assuming is either a fir or pine handle, but it's like from like a 50-year-old attic that I rescued. So I don't know. Here and here, these wedges happen to be chestnut, and these are pine, these four, and this one's chestnut. And that's cherry, and that's walnut again. And that's my heart mallet that I made for the Dellins Woodworking, handmade woodworking challenge. It looks beautiful and well made, but seriously, what's it made for? It's a mallet. Mallets are all made for tapping chisels, primarily for a wooden mallet, right? Or for joinery. But this one's just pretty. Now, show you some functional mallets that I have that I use all the time that I don't necessarily haven't made as extravagant as this one. But I didn't have a challenge, you know? But this chisel is definitely tougher than this chisel. I use this one all the time. Sorry, mallet. This is great for tapping chisels for sure. This is my fave because I made this ergonomic handle, and then that was my little W I made in there. This is my first mortise and tenon chisel, hammer, with the wedge in it. And then there's a couple dozen more scattered throughout the room I can pick up. But it's a woodworking mallet. Like, it's kind of weird, like, that you would ask, what's it for? Like, hmm. Like, did you not know what a woodworking mallet was at all? Or did you just, I don't know. Did you think, like, maybe I could call down lightning with it? Because I did that in my last live, a bunch. Called down lightning with it. I have a feeling that that mallet looks artistic. How and did you manage not to split the shaft of the mallet? Now, when you cut the mortise and tenon for a mallet, you cut it right down the middle. This is a simpler version of the same thing. You cut it down the middle, and before you cut it, you drill a hole in it at the base of where you're going to stop with that split. Now, the two things that happen is inside the mallet, you're creating a V-shaped wedge opening with these two pieces. And so that when the shaft of the mallet goes into that mortise and tenon opening, put it there, and then you put the wedge in, and then it splits that into the sides so that it cannot come off the top. As long as that wedge is there, this head stays affixed. In this case, similarly, I've got additional wedges, and it's not going to move because it's actually a mallet. It can be used. See? But that would be Mallet 101 with West Does It. Thanks for coming out. A cut a stop hole. In the handle there was a cut that ended with a hole. Yeah, there we go. That's Mr. Calvin explaining it to you. He also has made mallets this month, and he made one with a heart in his. He cut through the head and embedded a heart in there, and then put another piece of wood inside of that. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like the artistic touches, good craftsmanship. Thank you. Now, ultimately, that's kind of the line for me. I'm not going to build something that I don't feel like is strong and will work, right? And I won't make compromises that I think damage integrity. This pine I've used on plenty of mallets, and I've used them plenty of times. These ends, this is the first time I'm doing that, because generally I don't work with exotic woods a whole lot. Now I'm trying to incorporate some so that I can build better quality things of the things that actually work. Built plenty of oak mallets, plenty of pine mallets, and a couple of chestnut mallets, and they've all seemed to work out pretty well in the shop here. They need to teach this in school again. This is very interesting. I agree. I think so. But what we can do is teach it on the internet, and anybody can do that. So what we didn't have, our kids have. So I'll tell you a secret. I've never been in a woodworker shop in my entire life. Not one. Not one. Not once. Not once. I've never been in a cabinet maker's shop. Not once. I probably built 20 or 30 kitchen cabinet sets, meaning the entire kitchen, at least 20 times. I'm pretty much self-taught in everything. That and that a little bit. But yeah, we can learn most of this stuff these days through watching and looking it up and applying what we already know to the new thing. And if we're heading in the same direction, we'll find that we use some of the stuff we didn't know how to apply it just yet. But I am a carpenter. MD 2.0 says, what is the biggest thing I've built? I built a tiny house. That's probably the biggest single thing I built. About 800 square foot tiny house. Kitchen, bathroom, roof. I built the whole thing. That's cool. Take some Pepto there, sandbag. Oh my God. Bag of sand feels sick. Oh no. I just use a plastic hammer with a lead shop in it. I tested the strength. Yeah, Jay, nothing wrong with one of these. They work. You can use it for the same things, primarily. This one didn't cost me, I got probably $2 worth of wood in here. I've been in a woodworker shop right here. Thank you for inviting us in, Wes. That's what TJ says, and I 100% I appreciate you, TJ. I guess that's the point I'm making, right? I've been in Rex Kruger's shop on the internet and Wood by Right and those kind of guys, and learned a lot of stuff there. Learned a lot of stuff in Dad's workshop, Calvin's shop. This is great. James says hi. Rick says hi. What's going on, Rick? James, yeah. How you doing? How you doing? Back, reset, focus a little bit. I don't have a whole lot more to do to this thing. I think I've done all the things that should be done to it. Do y'all think this is done? Is this enough to be done? Really and truly? Because if so, we can call this one a wrap. I really liked this. I really like that I made that decision. And I like that it's got an option both ways. I do. You could build cabinets with this, no problem. You could use this to beat chisels, no problem. This is still tough construction. This is still clamped. This is still tight bond too. This is still tough material. This is still well built. And this is only going to add to the stability of the joints in between here. So I think we're good. I think we're happy. I even poured epoxy down in the handle to carry any additional voids that could be in and out. So this one ain't moving. It ain't going nowhere. I knew that from the beginning of the build, but after that, I wanted to make it pretty. So I think I succeeded in that. It's a fine looking mallet, says Orami Rutledge. I appreciate it. I do. Hit the like for me and show me your love. See all these hearts and you're not hitting the heart button? TJ says, I know it's made out of love, but it should be called the Heartbreaker. That is a perfect name. The Heartbreaker. I like it. I like it. I should do something with it. Colado, you gone? See you later, bud. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. Branded to mod ATM. Scoop Doobie, it looks complete to me. See you, Colado. I appreciate that, Scoob. I think I'm with you on that. No, it's not a dead blow. It is a, hold on. That's my dead blow. It's got lead in it. That's not, that's just a little chisel knocker. Woodworker's mallet. Joiner's mallet. With cool details, I think. Dano says hi from Canada. What's up, Dano? My buddy Carnage is from Canada. Gerson Carlos says, what's up? Throw some thumbs up on me. I appreciate it, man. Dad's Workshop says it's very heavy for repeated strikes of hatchets, in my opinion. I mean chisels. Yep, for sure. Dano, I'm from the province of Quebec, Canada. Matthew is there too. Benito says left biceps injury. Me? These bad boys? No, these are 100%. No problems here. Dave says, fantastic. Jerry says, am I in Florida? I'm close. Right down the street in Georgia. Up the street, you know, on that high horse. I'm from RSA. What is RSA? Chico says, Quebec isn't Canada. Ooh, sounds like beef. Next challenge, making a mallet out of popsicle sticks. That's what they do on the internet. You might be ordered something. Lots of glue, I bet, for sure, or pallet wood. Chico, make some researches in Canada. Oh man. I sent you another email. Get back to me when you can. KG. Okay, KG. I won a contest, I heard. MJB. Tom Peach 1234 says heart. Heart. Disco. Man, I like hanging out with y'all. I like hanging out with y'all. What kind of wood do you choose for your mallets? In truth, the freest wood I can find. For the mallets that I actually use in the shop, pine primarily and Douglas fir, because those are building materials that are very convenient to me. And if I'm working on something, I want to be able to work fast, so that's what I built my first mallets out of, and that's what I primarily still use. These are usually for somebody else, or as an experiment on how to do a different thing, like when I had this experiment with the handle, or this experiment with the 3 types of wood, or this one with the experiment with the handle, or this one was with 2 types of wood, and this is probably one of my most successful handles ergonomically, because when there's tapping involved, this one I made perfect for it. It's perfect for it. It's a nice, delicate one, and all that. Though the head is big, it's just big for balance. This is super light. This is American chestnut, and it's just wormy and very porous and just very super light. So it's great for light work. Ha, no pun. D says, is that Jesus' hammer? Yeah, fucking right it is. Should I spin the wheel twice a day or just once? Gagey, I'm not sure what you mean, bub. Both are cool, says Gagey. I appreciate it. Don't mind me asking, how long have I been woodworking, and who and what got you into it? That's Sweet Boy Fredrickson who said that. And Benito asked, do I work with steel? I do not. How long I've been woodworking and who got me into it? During the virus that shall not be named, I had a big old garage, and I had more time there, enough to organize it finally, and I did. And because we were all at home for a little while, I organized it more for a cabinet shop. And not long after that, I got really interested in woodworking, so I was just watching it, a lot of it on the internet. And then when we bought this house, I intentionally, this space was what sold it for me. Because it's got a lot of stuff to remodel up there, and I've been doing it pieces at a time, and that's a big fun up there. But I've got a lot more stuff to do. And down here, it's got the entire square footage of the house. I also have that square footage down here. So it's a huge space. The first time I've ever had a shop, it's more than what I needed. So I'm gonna build an apartment on the other side. I'm gonna take you guys through that process too. But what got me into it was just the internet, and I've been doing this for 8 months. I bought my first hand plane about 8 months ago, maybe less. And my first set of chisels, all of it. I'm already a carpenter, so I already had saws and tools like that. But this stuff, I've been studying for a couple of years, I've been doing for less than one. Chico and the man says Montreal last month, but nothing but love up there. I live in Western New York, Fingers Lake region. Gage says for the giveaway. Hey man, that's your pig. You can do it. I got you. I got faith in you. TJ, they act nice in person, they speak French and talk ish about you to your face. Oh my God. You ain't getting none of that beef. He builds wooden hammers. Yeah, I do. Michael says, what brother, where you from? I'm from High Point, North Carolina, but I live in Douglasville, Georgia, USA. Yeah. Janine said hi. How you doing, Janine? How you doing today? Benito says, I got to get going. I appreciate you hanging out for the time you did. I really do. And Benito says, how much you charge to handle an axe? I've never handled an axe. So I would say $10,000 would be enough for me to learn how to do it, put it together, and get you something in the mail pretty quick. Hit it on the old, what do you call it? Super chat. Casey says, I'm going to spin it again. Okay. Spin it, big dog. Thanks for answering my question. I'm a woodworker too. Oh yeah? What do you like to build? Sweet boy? We want to know. Hearts? Mallets? What are we doing? But look, y'all. Sheesh. I might get back into this cane. Hey, Calvin Wan, gotta email him now. Awesome sauce, Gagey. Let him know, let him know. Let him know. This is our cane, and we put epoxy on it, and we kind of made it weird after that. I don't know how to unweird it. I'm thinking about it. But we did have some cool features in the copper that went around, and we just got to work that back down and available. 2 bands at the top, 2 bands at the bottom. But this in the middle turned into quite the ordeal. Quite the ordeal. I'm going to figure out how to get to that and what to do about it, but I don't know if I'm going to do it now. I mostly make furniture. I also carve sculptures. Wow. I'm going to start getting into some carving. It's a real fun thing to do. Closest I think I've gotten to it is some of this on here. So I'm going to maybe see about it. Maybe do some faces. Something cool. I don't know. Just told a friend about charging for stuff I make. I just had to charge for my time. This would be outrageous because I'm new and I don't know what the hell I'm doing. That's why I build for me and friends and fam. TJ, that is truth right there. The kind of time it takes to learn a thing is different than the kind of time it takes once you've mastered the thing. But once you've mastered the thing, the kind of time that you need to get paid for, when you need to get paid for your time, given the experience and whatever tooling and whatever training that you've undergone, even if it's self-training, you need a higher level of pay. And so bottom line is you got to have a good customer. It's very seldom your friends and family. Friends and family look at friends and family like friends and family, not like business people and businesses. So I always say I save my favors for my friends and family. I try not to do business with my friends and family. But if I do good business everywhere else, if my friends and family need me, I can give my service to them because I made enough money over there to be able to help them over here without damaging our relationship. Because sometimes your friends and family just aren't in the same tax bracket as your customer base. Doesn't mean necessarily you, but your customer base. And when it comes to customer base, you should aim high. Don't try to be the cheap guy. You'll end up broke and working too hard. Scooby Dooby says, same here, TJ. I'm going to just keep making stuff until I'm making stuff so cool that people want it, and then I'll be able to charge them what my stuff is worth in terms of my time. Right now it costs nothing. This is spare time, right? This is practice time. This is the legwork time. And so I don't trip about it right now, but I also don't take orders right now either. Alex said, damn, you're handsome, man. Alex, thank you. I try not to challenge compliments. It's a weird thing for me. I don't know how to take them. I always feel like you're pulling my leg. M says, what made you decide to build a tiny house? I had a client that asked me to. I am a contractor. I remodel homes. I've been doing that for 30 years. So that's my business, and I've been doing it self-employed for 28 years. So somewhere along the middle, just after probably 2021, someone asked me to build a tiny home. That was a big thing then. I don't like them. Not the mobile ones. I don't like them. There's too many things. If you're going mobile, get a mobile home. It's more space, it's better space, it's easier to move, more stuff you can do with it. It's not as cute, but it's not as dumb that you can't get a bike and fit it also in your house. It's crazy. But anyway, I've done one. Mike says, hey Wes, hey Mike, do me a favor. Yep. Can we go raid someone's live? Dude says he's got more people than ever on his live. He's got 7. What? I don't know what you talking about, Mike? You talking about go over and jump on somebody's face? Who is dude? Who is the dude? I mean, I'm with whatever, but who's the dude? I don't want to go raid somebody's page who's wax sauce. Makers Murphy, put the link in the chat, bro. Put the link in the chat. All right, let's see. Here's how we're going to determine, because I need y'all to go with me if we're going to do it. If we're going to do it, y'all got to go with me. So if you're going to go with me, I need to know that you're going to go with me. So hit some likes. If I get, I don't know, I can't even see my likes. But if I get, can we get 20 likes? And then that'll let me know that 20 people will come with us. Somebody else confirmed that they can click on that link. MJB says it won't let her click on it. They'll let me click on it. So I'm over there. Okay, Runic is over there. Mike is over there. Sweet Boy Frederickson says it won't let him click on it either. Let's see. Let me see if I can grab it. And if I can grab it and put it in there, maybe it'll let it be a linkable thing. Try that. What's my favorite thing I've made, Gagey? This right here. My favorite thing is always the last thing I made. The last thing I learned something on is always my favorite thing. 100%. Anybody confirming that that's that we're going through over there? Let's see. All right, so let's see. Got a nice little setup over there. Denzel, I don't know, they're shooting me over to another, to a live, but can't do it. Oh, YouTube doesn't allow links to cut down on scams. Well, you can let me click it, but that's because I'm hosting it, I guess. I got you. Kevin Ellis says that's sweet looking. Wes, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. This is one of my favorites. Like, this is turned out to be my favorite. And this is for the contest. Doo-doo-doo. Good evening, says Kevin Ellis. Denzel, we were going to go over there and see somebody, and that was a guy who Mike came in and put us up on. And then we tried to go over there. I'm still over there. We got 10 watching. We hit the likes. But yeah, I guess I can shut mine down since we're doing that. Brad says, nice work, man. Looks great. Needs hearts on the other side too. Kevin, come on, man. Look at all that. Awesome. I chose this wood for this knotty pine goodness. I can't do this twice, man. But I could do that. That's a little cute heart, right? Something's got to face the wall, man. Something's got to face the wall. Wes, what is the live YouTuber's account? Makers Murphy. I think, Scoop Doob. Makers Murphy. Let's see. I don't know what's happening over there. I don't have sound on mine because I've got my own live going, so I don't have it. But I'm willing to jump in there and hit the button. Let's see what the sound is. Well, listen. I guess I made mine. I guess we're gonna go over there now. I'm gonna go over there now and I'm gonna talk to that guy for a little bit if he cares about that at all. And if not, man, we'll come back later on, maybe tonight, and work on this thing. Because this was cool, and I want to see. Good. Street Boy says, you make nice mallets. I like round mallets myself. I make them out of cherry, oak, and my favorite, myrtle wood. Do you mean, do you mean round like barrel-shaped head? Or do you mean round like I made one, not that nice, but my wife stole it for her kitchen, says Brad. Hey, you gotta tenderize that meat with something, Brad. Come on, man. You gotta tenderize that meat with something. Do you mean round like this? When I first got my spoke shave, I made this one. Sweet Boy Fredrickson is who I'm talking to currently. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, I make this out of the spoke shave out of one piece of wood. It just happened to be so much of a circle in the center that I was like, I'm gonna try it. And this is the only mallet that I've made this way. Did you turn yours on a lathe? I really want a lathe. I don't have one though. I'm gonna get one. Carter says, sorry again, brother. Man, we all good. Homie. We are all good. I appreciate y'all hanging out, but it looks like we're dwindling a little bit. And I'm gonna go over there and hang out with Mike and them and say hey. But we'll come back. We'll see each other again soon. I want to think of something good to do, something cool to build, something fun to make, something useful. Peace. We are good, man, for sure. Put this in the picture. Put this in the image so that I can see. Oh, wait, I need to put a little more wool than linseed oil on here before I go with this a little bit. And since I gotta do it, you might as well watch it. Those scooters. I was listening to Dad's Woodshop the other day, and he was basically like, you keep applying it until there's like a kind of its own sheen, and it just holds it. Something like that he was saying. So it made me know to apply more. So I am gonna do that. If I had what's funny though is like so many people were like, well, what's it for? Like, what's it do? Like, if it's pretty, it can't work. I don't know. If I had a lightning bolt on it or a stallion head or some antlers, people would be like, man, that's an awesome mallet. But it's got a heart. It's got a heart. And maybe that sometimes is just too much. Too much. That's all right. You're gonna learn today how to handle the heart. Because I'm gonna keep applying till it's all pretty. Till it's all pretty. Boiled linseed oil, if you were wondering. And yes, I will throw my shop towels that have gotten some of it on them immediately in the fireplace due to the potential combustibility during the drying process of said oil on said rag. I think we did good again. No, you don't have a lathe. I just use a handsaw and an angle grinder. Oh man, really? I'd love to see your work. You have a channel that you post your work on YouTube? Is this it? Do you do it? Because I get it. Not everybody wants to manage a channel along with their talent. All right, family, I'm sorry. I keep procrastinating on getting out of here. I just like working. I just like working. I don't know what to tell you. Alright, this is my mallet, and I'm out. Where's Dud? Where's Dud? Where's Dud? Where's Dud?